It's been a while since I've been to El Porto, and at first glance, it looked like not much has changed. But not so fast. Have things changed? El Porto's been really weird since those big swells from last winter.
As far as I know, this year was the worst in history.
Waves will come through, they won't break, and just kind of gradually wash up on the shore. Which is bad news for the South Bay because El Porto is the most consistent wave in the South Bay. Also the most crowded wave. I'm curious to see what El Porto is looking like and head there this morning and see, is it still horrible? So here we go. What do you guys think? Will I find parking? Oh, look at those waves. Some waves out there. Let's see. Got one. A lot of people in the water, and I see waves breaking. So, let me get my cameras out and let's see what's going on in the water. I got these two here. They basically live here at El Porto more than I am, and I'm curious to see, is the sand back? Has the sand gotten any bit better?
I'm surfing most of the morning, so it's not been good at all.
Yeah.
Yesterday, because it was a bigger swell, it was breaking on the outside sandbar. It did work.
There we go.
Yeah, but it was still shit.
Here's a list of 10 things I saw today at El Porto with one bonus one at the end. For starters, we had waves. El Porto and basically the entire South Bay goes flat during the summer. Catalina blocks us from all those summertime south swells. So it's nice to finally see waves over knee high again. Like I mentioned earlier, the past 6 to 9 months have been possibly the worst we've ever seen. So are the sandbars back? There were some fun-sized waves, but unfortunately there's still not enough sand on the outside to force these mountains of water to break. It looked like some cruel prank Mother Ocean was playing on these surfers. The waves looked like they were going to be rideable, but as the surfer would start paddling, the wave would simply disappear. This would be a great prank to pull if it was humanly possible to manipulate a wave like that. This kind of reminds me of watching a raccoon attempt to clean their cotton candy before eating it. Not all these outside waves were uncatchable. Some would let you catch them, getting the surfer excited to finally be able to stand up. But then it would basically just fizzle out. Or even worse, turn into some mutant shore pound wave, which was attempting to bury them into the sand. Miss Ocean wasn't done there. She also sent about 10 of these non-breaking waves in to lure everyone inside a bit. Then send a big old closeout wave or two to rattle the entire lineup and remind them who's the boss. The inside was definitely better. Sure, sitting that far inside meant that you were gonna take a few sets on the head, but at least these waves you paddled for were catchable. Although this guy doesn't agree. From the inside, you'd watch others paddle and miss that outside part of the wave, leaving it all for you. Now remember, this part of the wave is the easiest to catch because the wave is crossing deep water, then jacking up onto the shallow inside sand, leaving these surfers not a lot of choices other than to try to outrun the wave so it doesn't drill them on the head and bury them into a shallow sand grave. Just check out the surfer up top, looking down. That should explain how crazy this inside section was getting. So yeah, this inside section was more fun, but came with some heavy consequences. El Porto has a reputation for surfers dropping in on each other all day, a lot, every chance they get. Now, how's that changed? I don't know if today was like National Be Nice to Each Other Day, but I only witnessed this one drop in. Not only that, but the guy felt bad about it. He was offering that gentle, sorry about that tap. Look at this guy. He's fully backing off. That never happens at El Porto. Am I on like a weird Twilight Zone episode? This guy actually looks down the wave to see if anyone's coming and backs off too. What is happening? And then here, this guy not only looks once, but checks back twice to be sure he didn't burn anybody. Is El Porto actually getting civilized? All right, speaking of getting better, it's good to know the down the beach syndrome still exists. If you're not familiar with this, it's when you look down the beach and the waves look way better. And yeah, it happened to me all morning long. There's always that one person who seems more dedicated than the rest. And yes, I found him this morning. Who lets something like a full arm cast get in the way of a good time? Well, not this guy. Man, I apologize if your parents are watching my channel and had no idea that you were surfing in a cast. I'm sorry, man. I also saw today how local knowledge can pay off. Wagner is at El Porto daily, and it paid off for him this morning. He knew exactly where to be to catch the best rides of the morning. Heck, he even knew when to get out. You could tell it's been a while since we've had decent sized waves because many of the surfers were knocking that dust off from the last time they had surfed. Hey, balancing on moving water can be really tricky if you haven't done it for a while. It's good to see that some of you watched my recent how to pop up video and heeded CB's advice to stretch before paddling out. Stretching is key, kids. Take note. All right, last but not least, it was an absolute beautiful morning. The sun was out and it felt great to be on the sand. And some even took it to that next level. All right, I'm gonna leave you with one bonus. This always happens as soon as I put the camera away.
set comes through. That's just the way it is. You see cameraman putting his camera away. Be prepared because there's a wave coming. There's a set coming.
Yep, that always happens. But hey, I'm Brad Jacobson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the sand.